Hi, my name is Nancy, and I'm eager to share my story with you. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always had problems with my stomach. I think people would tell me I had a nervous stomach, that kind of thing. Various health issues throughout my life, some fertility issues, different problems with stomach primarily, but it really got bad when I had my son about 13 years ago. Right after I had him, it seemed like I had one infection after the next, and then I developed a weird pink eye, is what they thought it was, that went on for 3 weeks, as well as I couldn't stand up. I had almost like a paralysis of my back. It was so extremely painful. Finally, a specialist, a doctor, did some genetic testing and found out I had a particular genetic marker for arthritis, and in this case I had uveitis, which is a specific eye flare situation in my eye that goes along with something called ankylosing spondylitis. It's an arthritic condition. I dealt with that for approximately 10 years. It was very painful. I would have to go into the eye doctor approximately 2 to 3 times a year at random times. And it was always very upsetting, pardon me, because I would have to get a shot in my eye, look up at the ceiling, get the injection in my eye. Pretty much it would be very severe because I would have to drop everything if I knew it was coming on and run in because it would get so extremely bad if I didn't control it. It always seemed to go in threes because my stomach would be bothering me, then my back would be excruciatingly painful. I would almost be debilitated. If I sat down, it'd be very hard to get up. It was very painful. I went into various doctors for treatment of various things in the middle of all this. I got breast cancer. They didn't know why. I didn't have the genetic kind, but I got it anyway. I had other joint issues and everything like that. I went into the gastroenterologist because I always seemed to be having stomach problems, and they checked me, told me I had inflamed stomach. They checked me for celiac. It was negative. I continued to be in pain, and he told me, oh, you don't want to modify your diet. You're fine. You don't have celiac. Go home. And I just looked at him and said, but I'm in pain. What can I do about this? Finally, I ran into a friend who had been to Dr. Osborne, and thankfully she told me, there's hope. I had the same situation. Go to Dr. Osborne, and thankfully I did. When I went into him, he talked to me about the whole genetics of it, and I understood because my genetic marker and my diagnosis with the ankylosing spondylitis and the uveitis specifically was done through the genetic markers and also the symptoms. So I understood what he was saying, but he basically looked at me and said, I know you have this because I've seen way too many patients and I know this is what's going on. So I want you to try to not eat certain foods. And he gave me the standard celiac list of grains not to eat. In addition, he did some testing, and he also told me and explained to me how you can have vitamin deficiencies that go with it, which sure enough, when the test came back, I had that. But in addition, the genetic marker test came back positive. I had 3 of a possible 4 genetic markers. And I was so happy that almost immediately I felt better. I quit eating that list that he gave me. I still had some problems, so then when I went back to him, he said, now I'm going to tell you the real list, and that is to try to go grain-free, 100% grain-free, which when I did that, it was amazing. But the bottom line is, since following Dr. Osborne's diet, I have put my ankylosing spondylitis and uveitis in remission. I can't even tell you how unbelievably fantastic that is, that I no longer have eye flares, where I would be running in at least, as I said, 3 times a year, 2 to 3 times a year, and I have none. So I did that for over 10 years, and after changing my diet, it completely has put it in remission, which is just amazing to me that I can even have that relief. The excruciating pain of the back, the stomach, the eyes, it's in remission. I can't even tell you how that has so profoundly affected my life. And of course, understanding that, I looked at my kids' symptoms of various kinds, and I have to also share with you my daughter, who was having tremendous asthma, and by also taking gluten out of her diet, and she also had the intolerance for dairy. She's off 5 medications for asthma, and she is asthma free. She is able to run, swim, do all these things that she couldn't do, and it's affected my kids similarly because of the genetics. They all have it, and all their symptoms are different. But I thank you so much for letting me share my story with you, and I hope that it will help you as much as it's helped me. Thank you.